What's up, everybody? It's Dan Sue here with more Stormbound. It's definitely been a while. Things in real life have been kind of busy for me, but the devs did announce new patch notes, and after looking them over, I thought it was super exciting. So I started climbing the ladder again, coming up with some new decks. I'm going to show you guys this one today. I guess the idea I was going with here is that the devs are severely nerfing low mana cost cards, or not with this patch only, but in the past they've gradually been putting all the low mana cards at a much weaker power level than higher mana cards. In fact, all of the original 1 mana cards that I saw in the game when I first started playing are now going to be 2 mana. There's North. So overall, it looks like this is almost like a fundamental game mechanic change where low mana cards are just a lot weaker. And I don't know how good running higher mana cards is gonna be. So it's just something that I'm testing out. But essentially, like, this is my idea. So you run low mana cards for 2 reasons. One, because you can play them anywhere. You can fit them in very easily. Like if you have 6 mana, you can play a 5 mana card and then a 1-drop. But the other selling point of 1 mana cards is that they used to just strictly be stronger than high mana cards. Like Gifted Recruits, back when it was 2 mana for 6 strength, is just way more efficient than Veterans of War, which to match it would have to be 7 mana for 21 strength. But that's not the case. So that's the big selling point why I used to be the strongest advocate for low mana cards. You have to have a bunch of 1 to 2 mana cards and then a lot of 3 mana cards, and then 5+ mana cards you should only be running like 3 to 4 tops. So trying a bit of a different strategy now, where as you can see I have no 1 mana cards, but instead I have very solid 3 to 4 mana cards over here. As you can see, okay, Siege Breakers I know is unconventional, but I for some reason pulled enough rares to make it level 5, so I'm giving it a shot. But basically the idea is, if you start out as player 1, you have 3 mana. And so all you really need to do is be able to play a 3 mana card that turn. So with 3 mana cards and 1 2 mana card, you have a very high chance of being able to play a card on your first turn, because you got to see 5 cards. That's 4 cards in your hand in 1 cycle. And I did crunch the numbers earlier. I kind of forget what they were. But I think it was around an 80-ish% chance that you'll be able to play something on your first turn. And then if you're going second, then with the 4 drops that I included, it's like 99 point something% that you can do something. So essentially the idea now is that every single turn you want to just play a solid card. You want to be able to do something useful. And once you get to like 6 7 mana, playing low drops starts to kind of lose its appeal, because a lot of turns you'll be playing cards that don't really do anything. That's why I cut green prototypes, because green prototypes is also getting nerfed. So I think that it's going to be sort of useful, but since low mana cards in general, if the game is going to drag really long, which now because games are so because low mana cards are so weak, a lot of times it's just not going to be worth it or a lot of times games just aren't going to close out soon enough where low mana cards actually have their value throughout the entire game. Now it's going to be a lot slower, so stronger high mana cards might be better. Ooh, that was that was pretty unfortunate. And as you can see, cards like Frozen Core, like, he didn't have like the best play, but dropping it on turn 5 was pretty much like a free. It was pretty much free. Let me do a quick mana count here. Yeah, let's chuck this. Okay, so this is 11 14. So but as I was saying, essentially I feel like the meta is going to shift a little bit slower, and decks that look like this have a chance. I haven't tested this deck very much yet, so I don't want to make you guys like a promise, but in the past, I've usually been pretty on point with what the meta is going to look like. And I have never seen any deck that operates like this, except when I was at like rank 25, 30, or sorry, bronze, I guess now. When I was like at these kind of ranks and people were just playing with anything in their deck. But other than that, this is like pretty novel. I haven't really seen much like it, but hopefully it works. All right. We could play another Frozen Core. Do we need the game to drag out so long, though? We might just be able to win. Yeah, nice. Oh, shoot. Okay, I totally did the math wrong over there. I thought I was going to play Warfront, but... Okay. Well, unless he has a freeze. So I will say that I've been climbing the ladder. I had to dig myself out of silver, actually, because I've been gone for quite a while. And I did lose 2 games total getting to where I am. And I really shouldn't have. Not because I'm good, but just because my cards are so upgraded that, like, unless I make severe mistakes, I shouldn't be losing. One of them was because I was trying out a Swarm deck with a similar sort of strategy where I play a lot of higher mana drops, and that just did not work. And then the other one was I was playing against another Swarm deck, and I just happened to lose. So I think that fast decks are always gonna sort of be playable, just because they're not gonna nerf it so hard that low mana cards aren't worth playing at all. But I do think strategies like this are going to start popping up, and Swarm is always going to be there to kind of make sure that they wait. Don't need that. Don't really need to break his building either, actually. Let's just drop another Frozen Core. So, yeah, I mean, I could keep going, but you guys get the general gist of what I'm trying to say. Why don't we look at some of the patch changes, actually? I think that they're super interesting. I always love it when the devs patch it and shift up the meta a little bit. So, Winter Pact. Oh, quick side note. If you guys haven't seen the graph the devs posted, Swarm is indeed the dominant kingdom up until you get to like Diamond 1 or the most upgraded cards, and that's when Winter pretty much takes over the meta. And that's always kind of been what I've been saying. Like, cards that scale very hard when you upgrade them tend to be very good at high levels, and that's exactly what Winter is. Alright, so if we get lucky with Ubis here, we can just win the game. Oh, okay. Yeah, something like that. Oh, yeah, another thing I want to point out is that this deck runs 3 2-mana, 3 units that have 2 movement, and I think that's actually really good. I think Tigor the Vengeful is very underrated. So, as I was saying, a couple cards are being changed. For Winter, it looks like Wisp Cloud, increased strength by 1, ability is triggered before attacking. And I think that means ability is triggered before attacking, as opposed to ability just being triggered right when you play it. I think that's the difference. I don't really know. I feel like that's a buff to Wisp Cloud overall, honestly. The only situation where I see it being worse is if you're trying to play Wisp Cloud to hit a unit behind it. But how often does that actually happen? I'm not sure. Okay, not going to be using Frozen Core this game. Yeah, so this is one of the games where it's a little bit scary to be running so many slow cards. But if we can survive like 2 more turns, then we'll see. Oh, okay, going on the defensive. I can respect that. I feel like in general, if you think that you're gonna win the long game, that's when you go on the defensive. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like he was pretty much gonna. Let's see. It's risky to throw this away. I think I'm gonna Rhymelings here, and then just play. Well, the thing is, I could also draw my Westwind Sailors, which is why I kind of want to throw Warfront Runners away. But then at the same time, what if I want to play Warfront Runners next turn? No, I already used Gifted Recruits, so I'm not going to use him when I have 6 mana. Okay, didn't matter either way. But yeah, feel like that's a buff to Wisp Cloud. Frost Hexers replaced increased freeze area with an extra strength gain. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad. It is a nerf. It's definitely a nerf because the main use of Frost Hexers is to... Oh, shit. One sec. This game requires... Okay. Let's just put Ubis here and hope for the best. Okay, of course. That's why I didn't play Ubis last turn, because if the only thing Ubis did was shoot this green prototypes last turn, that would have been terrible. But at least right now, we have a fighting chance. It's possible that he just plays something like Vindicators that just kills us, or Heralds him, or not. Okay. Okay, looks like we can stabilize now then. Or we could win actually if we draw. Okay. Well, yeah, so that's why I'm not fully confident in this idea yet of my deck, because as you did notice there, we pretty much, if he had more upgraded cards and a more upgraded base, this would have been a very bad situation for us. Like, he could have easily played Herald him with whatever, with the gifted recruits, and then we would have been toast there. But it didn't happen, so we lucked out. Alright, I feel like I'm going through the cards pretty slowly, so I'm just going to go through and pick out a couple ones that stood out to me. So, Gift of the Wise getting nerfed again. Replace card draw with an extra mana gain. That's another reason for why I'm trying to build a winter deck like this in preparation for these upcoming patches, because it's just, it's not geared towards low mana cards. Gift of the Wise used to draw a card, now it doesn't. That's pretty big. So, so yeah, that's about it for Winter. Winter was dominant. I think after these changes, it's still going to be dominant. It's going to be competing with Swarm for best kingdom at the high level. It's hard for me to say stuff about low level cards because my cards are upgraded, so I don't really get a lot of experience with them. Okay, Swarm. Shady Ghoul, decreased ability by 1. Still a good card. Oh, Herald's Hymn is now always going to be at 6 mana. That's pretty important for high-level plays. Ooh. Alright, let's drop... You gotta drop the Frozen Core. Because they're just not gonna... They're not gonna be able to fight that. And maybe throw this out. Yeah. I put this at the second one because I know it's not gonna die this turn. And I'd rather have my front line up here because they're definitely killing the Warfront. Oh yeah, so Herald Him is gonna be at ooh, this is nice. It's gonna be at 6 mana, so that is a nerf. Although usually I only see Herald's Hymn being used by players who are at the very highest level, but not quite upgraded to that level. So they're like players that can win like maybe like 40% of the time if they're doing really good against like a stronger player. And then so Herald's Hymn is kind of like a mechanic that lets a less upgraded player beat a better player. Or sorry, not better player, but like a more upgraded player. Like I'm the kind of player that loses to Herald's Hymn a lot because I run really slow decks, but very strong decks, and also I'm super upgraded, and so as a result, I end up. Oh wait, and so as a result, I end up. Sorry, trying to play this out. And so as a result, if the game drags on, I end up just winning. unless the opponent can blow me out early on, and Herald Him is a card that happens to do that. So I think that's going to make Swarm a little bit worse at the higher level, which is a little confusing because Swarm actually needs a bit of a push at the higher level, but I think overall it does make sense. Okay, on to the weaker kingdoms. So Ironclad, none of the changes to Ironclad Ironclad Union particularly stick out to me. I think Upgrade Point being increased strength at higher levels is kind of cool because it's going to be able to almost match Fort of Even Rock, which is 3 mana for a structure that doesn't do anything at all. So that might actually be useful. And then also Fortification Tonic, decreased mana and ability by 1. That's also a pretty big buff. The only reason why I don't think too much about it is because I feel like it's still too situational. And Ironclad overall as a kingdom performs really well at lower levels according to the devs, and then poorly at higher levels. And I think that's just because it can't beat Winter in playing slow, and it can't beat Swarm playing fast. They did add a push mechanic to it, but I still think it just can't close out games. And you can gain all the strength in the world, but a freeze deck can really freeze you like 2 out of every 3 turns. And so you're not going to be making a lot of progress, and I feel like you're just eventually going to lose. So I don't know how much the changes help that. I don't really know what kind of change could make Ironclad better, but I do think that buffing stuff, even kind of randomly, is a start. So let's see. Tribes of Shadowfen. Crimson Sentry, decreased mana and ability by 1. I think all the changes to Tribes of Shadowfen are pretty big, actually. One sec. Let me figure out what to do here. Okay, this is not a good hand. But it may be if we scare him enough, he will try to kill our Frozen Core. I put it on this side so that way they can't like move a unit up and then move a big unit into Frozen Core to destroy it. And then have their first unit protecting the unit that killed Frozen Core. Now would be a good time to throw a 2 movement unit at it. Yeah, okay. Oh no, he's going for a front line, filling up my front line. Okay, I did not play around that, and I think this is a losing game. Oh no, it is not. Okay, okay. He gave us a chance. Threw us a bone. Okay, really hoping I can get gifted recruits this turn. Oh wait, we have so much mana. Okay. Alright, alright. Situation will be soon remedied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could play Ubis now. And then we can... Yeah, I'm going to play Ubis now. So that way I can play First Mutineer, actually, instead of Gifted. Okay, that was unfortunate. But he's only dealt, like, 2 damage to our base so far. Yeah, he's going to deal 2 damage to our base. So, it's not bad. Like, 16 health is difficult to blow out with 7 mana. Oh yeah, so Crimson Sentry, I think decreasing the mana and ability is okay. But to be honest, Crimson Sentry used to be at 3 mana, and I didn't like it anyways. So I don't think this is going to make me like it much more. It only hits bordering, so it's super situational. Yeah, okay. I think he realized that he couldn't deal with our Frozen Core and me at the same time. Okay, Azure Hatchers, increased mana and ability by 1. I think this is a huge nerf. Because Azure Hatchers, it makes a bunch of one strength units when it dies. But honestly, making another extra one doesn't make it that much better. Because half the time, you're actually not even going to have enough space to fit all these 1 strength units anyways. So increasing the mana by 1, which means that on turn 1 as player 1, you can't push your front line with it, and that's honestly the biggest use it's ever had. It makes it pretty bad. So yeah, the Crimson Sentry plus Azure Hatchers change overall I think is a pretty big nerf to Shadowfen. Toxic Sacrifice, decreased mana and ability by 1. Okay, this is actually good. This is actually very good. Toxic Sacrifice at 1 mana was overwhelmingly powerful. Toxic Sacrifice at 3 mana is meh. So 2 mana is a decent compromise. We'll see how good it actually is, but I think it's at least playable. Brood Sages decrease strength by 1. Again, unnecessary nerf, I feel like, because why are we nerfing that? I don't know. Get rid of this. Okay, we could take the 5 damage and just put Frozen Core down. We could play Hubis. Ubis and then Tigor next turn. I don't know if that gets rid of enough stuff. Because Frozen Core does get rid of this, and we're going to take the 5 damage anyways. But then they could play a bunch of 2 movement units, and no, with only 6 mana. The chances of that are pretty small. Okay. So yeah, I think Shadowfen hasn't been that strong, and I don't think these changes are going to make it much stronger. But still, better than Ironclad. Okay, neutral. Green prototypes. This is the big one. Increased range from ability to surrounding. So green prototypes used to be that you could just make an even trade with a unit, and then not have its downside, which is it buffs one of the enemy's units, trigger, making it really good. But now the ability finds all surrounding enemy units, so that's going to be very hard to pull off. So I don't think it's that good anymore, especially because games are going to get a lot slower. Oh, this is pretty much the dream. So we're going to play... Wait. Okay, it's not actually the dream. Unless we cycle Tigor the Vengeful and get Gift of the Wise. Always lucky when I'm recording. I swear, I never get this lucky in actual games. Okay. So that just made her play a whole lot better. One, two, three, four, 5. Oh yeah, speaking of which, we should probably address Ubis the Hunter. Ability now deals damage for each unit type in an area. I don't know what area means. Does it mean surrounding Ubis? Because if so, that it is a nerf, but it was still good. I mean, I feel like any way you phrase area, it's still going to be good. Especially because it sounds like it means they're going to count enemy unit types now. So that would probably make Ubis really good defensively against like Swarm. Because usually defensive decks don't have satyrs. That's another reason why I play Siege Breakers, because it is a satyr that's kind of relevant to my deck. But yeah, I don't know what area means, but I think he's still gonna be good. I think I'm still gonna be happy with my Ubis. So yeah. Oh yes, let's get to First Mutineer North Sea Dog. So North Sea Dog decreased strength by 1. It's I don't know. But First Mutineer decreased strength by 1. Now discards a non-pirate card. So it's gonna be 3 mana for 5 strength and 2 movement, which is pretty good. It's not nearly as good as 6 strength, but I do think First Mutineer honestly should be 3 mana 5 strength. That seems like a very reasonable amount. And now when it discards, it will never discard North Sea Dog. So that means for aggressive decks, pulling North Sea Dog out is going to be pretty easy now. Ooh. Unfortunately, this Hearth is going to be alive for a long time. So the only way we can race him is by dropping our own Frozen Core. Let me see. Oh, okay. Last big change. Or it's not actually that big, but I think it's gonna make it a decent card. Terrific Slayers. For those of you who don't know, I think Terrific Slayers right now is 5 mana for 8 strength and 1 movement, and it says when it attacks. I think what we should do is. Yeah. Okay. I think this is the best option, just because I don't need it giving so much strength. And if I played Frozen Core, then he would be up at my front line. Let me see. My next turn, I'm going to have 11 mana. So, First Mutineer might be okay. Don't know if I'm gonna be playing Frozen Core anytime soon. Actually, no. I think I need Frozen Core more. Okay. But yeah, so Terrific Slayers right now is 5 mana for 8 strength and 1 movement, and it deals 8 damage when it attacks dragon. But after the change, I think at level 5, it's going to be 4 mana for 8 strength and 1 movement, which is actually really good. Right now, there is a card that does something similar to that, which is Gold Grubbers. But Gold Grubbers also cycles a card in your hand, which is not very good. Oh, shoot. Okay, I miscounted. I didn't realize that. Okay, we're playing Frozen Core. There is no doubt about it. And we don't need Tigor because unreliable. But yeah, so I think that in this deck right now, I'm running 4 mana for 8 strength and no movement. And so adding the movement on will actually be really good. Okay, and he doesn't want to pressure me. Instead, he's going to put another one of those down. That's pretty good. I'm very lucky that this is not level 5. It makes a pretty big difference. Okay. How much mana do we have? Let's... Okay. Unfortunately, I think we're going to lose Frozen Core next turn. But that should be okay. Oh, I did my math wrong again. I totally thought Ubis plus Westwind was going to work. In this case, I think this might even be a better play. Plus, I always wanted to see Siegebreaker's Fire. Yeah, oops. Oopsie. Lost our Frozen Core. It's okay, it'll come back around. This is going to be a long game. Kind of unfortunate it was the last game because I was kind of rushing to finish my card reviews, but now I'm kind of done. Oh, one interesting change. Summon Militia is now gonna cost 1, and ability has been decreased by 2. So I think that's gonna make it be 1 mana to make a random 5 strength unit, which is basically like a strictly worse Lawless Herd. Oh yeah, and Lawless Herd got increased mana and strength by 1. So yeah, they're basically like reversing the 2 of those. It's kind of interesting. Again, it's like a huge nerf to... one sec. Okay, that wasn't a very smart play, because now, even though I can't kill his structure, he's not going to have anything to structure with. If I could say that in a better phrased way. But yeah. In fact, okay, we have so many unit types that I'm not even going to try to kill a Satyr. I'm just going to play Ubis here. Because if we don't kill this, we're probably killing that. Wait. Okay, I take that back. That was not good. I did not expect that to happen. And if we lose right now, we'll call it unlucky. That was insane. I did not see that coming. Oh my god. Oh no. No. Okay, we had a lead and we blew it. No. Alright. We only have one option here. It is to not discard Tigor. Okay. Always lucky, except for earlier. Okay. All is right. We're still in the game. I thought he was just gonna kill us with like a Ulf the Hammer or something. But nope. Okay. I used to play that. I used to play that very much. This deck is why I kind of miss my old Bladestorm deck, but but we are moving on to bigger and greater things. Okay, there's no way to blow them out from here. 8 plus... Yeah, okay, let's cycle visions. Wait, no? Okay, can I do the math right this time? Okay, if I play this card, we will indeed blow up his fort, which is pretty good. So, I think I'm going to go do that. Yup. Okay, and now we're going to play Ubis here. And now we are at least not going to lose next turn. Okay, but this is a very dangerous game. Oh, okay, okay. This is probably the first very interesting game I've had. Because usually games against Swarm are pretty one-sided. Either I immediately lose or I spend a very long time slowly winning. But winter against winter means unless one person decided to make a deck that isn't very late game oriented, it tends to take a while. Ooh, Hearth cards. See, good thing I made this play. If I did not make this super conservative play over here, his Hearth guards with Fort would have killed me. Because the other place I could have put Ubis is right where Rock Doors is right now. But because I didn't, we get to survive another turn. Okay. So I think the worst card here is probably Freebooters, because I don't need a draw. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, it's kind of unfortunate that Warfront Runners exactly destroys everything. Yeah, actually that is very unfortunate. So instead I'm gonna play Frozen Core here, and then I'm gonna play Siege Breakers here. Okay. I think, let me see. How much mana would we need to kill him with visions? We would need 3 times 12. We would need 20 mana. And this gives us 4, so that puts us at 16. And then if I can draw Gift of the Wise next turn, that would put me at 20 mana exactly. And then we could just burn him out from back here. But I don't know where I am in the card rotation. Ooh, okay, that was a good spawn. Wow. This game is actually pushing me a lot further than I thought I would be. Yeah, you better think. Alright, here we go. What card do we throw out? Is there any way that we could kill him with 2 movement units? No, there isn't. So let's throw out Warfront. Oh! We got Gift of the Wise. Alright. This phone definitely knows when I'm recording it, because there's no other way this would have happened. But very good game, very good game. Okay, and that's a wrap. I think that should be my 6th win for today. Thank you guys for helping me complete my quest. Got that out of the way. Hit Diamond 5 finally. Got a Chill Beards. I think that's going to turn into a Fusion Stone later. Won 6 games. Alright guys, I know I wasn't Diamond 1 right now, so the matches aren't actually that entertaining, but it's been a while. I've been dying to make a video. This video is super long. If you're all the way at the end, thanks for sticking with me, and hopefully I'll be making new content soonish. No promises, but I love this game. I tend to sometimes not play a game for a while, but come back to it if I love it. And this is definitely one of those games. I think it's a really great game. Player base is kind of not that big, but it should be because it's really fun. And so I'll be around. All right, that's all for today. See you guys.